1. Come back to me. Tap, tap, double tap. Please make it stop. I think to myself with pillow over my face. It's been raining for hours and it's getting worse. Louder. Along with acres of unharvested corn swaying in the wind, getting their tassels ripped off. I just want to go to sleep. Muddy water overflows the ditches on each side of the main road, guaranteeing my parents won't drive out here to pick me up if I call. Grandmother is downstairs making sure all the rattling windows are closed in her house. Well, if you want to call a 30-plus bedroom mansion just a house. The temperature dramatically drops when she enters the foyer, triggering tiny goosebumps to form down both her short-sleeved forearms. The source of the persistent icy draft appears to be coming from the main entryway. Mother Nature bursts the front door wide open with handfuls of dead leaves and misty tears. She grabs hold of the knob, prepared to battle the insane wind, when lightning strikes one of her trees, splitting it down the middle. Its deafening crackle vibrates the wooden floorboards beneath her slippered feet. But the damaged sides do not fall. Instead, the oak tree remains upright, burning within. She becomes mesmerized by the sparkling embers popping out from the center. Grandma? I whimper from the top of the staircase, wearing my blue plaid buttoned-up guest pajamas and prescription glasses. My thin, mousy brown hair combed to one side. I try to fall asleep, but the whistling wind sounds too much like someone screaming outside for help, followed by pouring rain, and now thunder? Ignoring all of it, it's too difficult for this 7-year-old. My young grandmother uses her whole slim body to close the door and sighs. It's just a storm. Go back to bed, sweetie. Can I please sleep down there? I start begging, convinced that the house is going to get sucked up in a tornado, as seen in one of my favorite classic films, The Wizard of Oz. Granted, the manor is built like a fortress, but the top floor is more likely to sustain the most damage. I didn't want to be laying in bed when the 200-year-old ceiling comes crashing down. I already told you no. I'll be up there in a minute. Grandma points towards the direction of my guest room. I inch closer to the oriental carpet runner tacked to the steps, hoping to persuade Grandma to change her mind. That old woman is as stubborn as me. Why did I agree to sleep over? I should have stopped my parents from going out on a date night, or convinced my teenage sister, who hates my guts, to watch me. I wouldn't be here. I'd be in my real bedroom, tucked under my protective dinosaur sheets. Grandma spots me from the corner of her eye and turns to give me a full-on angry scowl, waiting for me to do what she asked. Fine. I give up. I back away from the mahogany railing, sulking. I hate being this scared of lousy weather. The Upper West Wing is a maze of hallways, with hunter green vertical striped wallpaper and red movie theater carpeting, countless old brass light fixtures built into the walls. You can easily get lost, unless you're a member of our family. I'm halfway there when everything goes pitch black. A power outage has swallowed our rustic town known as Shelbyville into total darkness. There's a part of me that wants to shoot down the stairs and cling to my grandmother's leg, but I'm fighting that urge with every slow gliding step towards the guest room. Trust. whispers a female voice from around the corner. I thought it was only me and Grandma left in the house. For safety reasons, she sent the staff home early before the storm. Maybe one stayed behind. I don't recognize the voice, but she knows my name. Again, the raspy tone calls out to me. Justin. Grandma? I start to consider. She may have sprung up the servant staircase from the kitchen. I can't see you. Come back to me. Great. Grandma probably wants me to come back downstairs with her. I follow the whisper into an empty moonlit hallway, able to see my bare feet, but not my arms. Where is she? All the bedroom doors are closed. For a moment, everything goes silent. Not the wind, the rain, nor my grandmother, who is still downstairs searching for candles, can be heard. Only the throbbing of my heart that's warning me to alter course. I wish I had trusted my instincts. Just, she says in a clearer tone, 'cause she's right beside me. I lift my chin up at the antique portrait of Helena Grayson, a young, long raven-haired beauty in a red dress pulled down over her shoulders. The oil paint captures her full natural lips and dark caramel eyes that seem to be staring directly at me. I prefer to believe it's my imagination playing tricks until she blinks. The portrait blinked at me. I sidestep out of her purview, afraid to turn my back on the Victorian woman. What am I saying? It's just a painting. Colors smeared together on a canvas. She may have never been a real person. Sketched from an artist's fantasy. I don't know. All of a sudden, she turns her head to look at me. A bolt of lightning illuminates a silhouette outline of a man pinned against the wall between two doors. He had been watching me the entire time. Run! Screams every fiber in my body. I dash down the hall, whipping around to every corner to dodge the shadow figure chasing me. My black framed glasses had flown off at some point. Don't know when or where exactly, but I could hardly see with them on anyhow in the dark. I dove into my room, locking the door, petrified. Who is he? Does he want to hurt me? I'd go and hide under the blankets, hyperventilating, squeezing the bulky comforter over my head. It had gotten hot fast under those 3 layers. My toes curled to the sound of the doorknob jiggling. Justin, are you all right? Worries my grandmother, who has been the one trying to open the door. Is he gone, Grandma? I ask her from underneath the covers. What? I can barely hear you. Open the door, please. She jiggles the knob again. I sit up, lowering the blankets. There he is, at the foot of my bed, somehow in my room, locked inside with me. He wasn't a man. No, not a woman either. A formation of smoldering black smoke with a floating red phantom mask to mimic a face. It swoops across the comforter faster than I can scream and evaporates down my throat.